There we go. Hey,
What's up?
man.
How you doing, man?
Living the dream, man. How are you?
Doing good. I'm doing good. I'm really good to get on. I'm really happy to get on this call, man, with you. I've been
Yeah,
anticipating this call for probably like 2 weeks now.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to jump on here with you too. It's always fun to like spread the knowledge out, you know what I mean?
For
Um,
sure. So where
so
you actually at right now? Where you at right now?
I'm in Tampa. We
Tampa.
actually just moved here about 5 months ago. I'm from Pittsburgh. We lived there forever, and then we just moved here 5 months ago, building a house and doing all
Okay.
the fun Florida stuff here.
Florida weather's nice. I'm actually in Miami right now, in Sweetwater,
Oh,
Florida right
man.
now.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. I go to FIU. So I'm living right here in Sweetwater for the past 2 years. So it's pretty nice. So I kind of just wanted to, kind of
Awesome.
pick your brain
Okay.
today about some stuff. I'm just tell you a little about myself. My name is Sedee Keita. I was born in Philadelphia. Went to Delaware for school, and then my sophomore year of school, I went to a boarding school to play basketball, and then from there, I've been away from home. I'm in college now, about to graduate as a senior, and real estate is something I've been researching for this past year. I first looked into wholesaling, and then I'm looking to getting my real estate license. So right now I'm like halfway done my course. So I'm interviewing people, just picking everybody's brain.
Yep.
And I came across your page when I just had an interview probably maybe 2 weeks ago, and he introduced me to EXP Realty, and that's when I started looking up the hashtags, and I found your page, and I followed you and sent you that message. So can you just
Oh,
tell me
awesome.
about yourself a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you kind of like my history, I guess, in real estate at least. So I started it's like 2014. I got my license, regional brokerage. I sold a couple houses and then did the math on the split, realized it was bad. I moved to Remax, which at the time was kind of a big leap. It was 500 a month to get a 90% split. But when I did the math, I'm like, okay, as long as I sell 10 houses my first full year in real estate in 2015, it's worth it. So I said, if I can't sell 10 houses, I quit. So that was my leap at the time. Now it's like whatever, that was nothing. But so went there. I sold 23 houses my first year. The second year I sold 60, and that's where it really took off. I did make the move to EXP halfway through. I'm sure we'll come back to that as we talk about EXP. But so that second year where I sold 60, my wife got licensed later in the year, and I
Okay.
realized I can't. I mean, it was I couldn't service my friends and family. Because 60 closings, it was just too much. I was running around like a nut, and it wasn't the lifestyle I wanted to live. I got in real estate. My why was, for lifestyle, for freedom, for, not freedom in the sense that I'm not going to work, but freedom in the sense that if I want to take my kids to school, or if I want to be there with them, or, go on a boat, whatever, you can do that. So I formed a team. We sold 80 sales the next year. Kind of a pay cut though now, because now you're splitting some 50-50. I was still a little in production, but splitting some sales. Then it started to click. We sold 104, then 120, then last year we sold 130 units, I think. So it's just been this kind of sales climb. We've been big with internet leads and systems and stuff like that, but evolving every year and loving every part of it.
Okay, that's what's up. That's nice to hear, man. It's really good to hear. So I want to kind of just start just with some basic stuff. Just like as far as getting your license. So what how was the test? Just talk to me about the exam.
So
Just a
first,
little
are
bit.
you taking it in Florida, or are you?
Atlanta.
Oh, in Atlanta. Okay. So I
Hmm.
mean that might be different, because I can tell you Pennsylvania and Florida were very different.
Yeah.
But really for me, the whole process in every state's generally the same thing. It's this boring, monotonous 60 to 100 hour, give or take, whatever the state is, that it's your test of will. Even though, we work with a lot of new agents. We bring a lot of new agents on the team, or we've recruited a lot of new agents too outside of their team.
Yep.
And the biggest thing I can say is they have to, like, if they can't make it through that 60 to 100 hour course, they ain't going to make it through those moments where they have nobody pushing them along. So I
Yeah.
try to, it's a good test of will. And then the test itself, I mean, it really doesn't apply to anything you're going to do in real estate. I mean,
Hmm.
almost anything on that test, you're going to Google whenever you need help with something for them,
Yeah.
or ask somebody or a broker.
Hmm.
But, it may take a time or two. It's just like any test, but really it doesn't, it's a test of will, all of it. It's not really anything good. The bar of entry should be higher,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's not like is simple to just get your license. There is something there, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Of course. Yeah, so right now I'm doing my tests online with Aceable Agent. I don't know if you heard about it. You know, pretty cool course. It's a online real estate class, you know. Pretty much just go chapter by chapter each day. So, you know, I'm about halfway done with that. So, and then I get to, you know, take the state test. So, another question I got about is all about EXP. I'm just so intrigued about EXP. I've been YouTubing it, watching videos. So I want to jump right into that. So the first thing I want to touch on is, so say as a new agent, the first brokerage I joined is EXP, right?
Yep.
Right now I'm in Miami. Atlanta, I'm not too familiar with, you know, the area and everything. I'm gonna have to figure all that out. So for me, learning about real estate, I would think, you know, wouldn't it be better for me to kind of, just personally, but even, you know, other agents, be in a brokerage, you know, where I'm around people and maybe learn that way? Because, you know, EXP is kind of like, you know, it's virtual. So how does that virtual world get, is it for each state? Like, that's, you know, it's kind of confusing to me. So
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, it really depends on the person, I will always say. So brokers in general, though, they matter, but they generally don't matter. So they matter for your personality, but they're not going to help you sell real estate outside of what you're capable of doing. I mean, if you do need that physical office, if you need that physical environment, if you need to be around somebody and shadow them directly in person all the time, you know, there are people like that. But at the same token, they just don't understand that can be done here. It's just different. And that's what the big mindset shift is with EXP. So you take, have you seen Workplace that we use at all?
the virtual world?
Not the virtual world, Workplace. Like, it's like Facebook. Have you seen it?
No, I actually haven't.
So we have it's so simple. Any brokerage could do it. I don't know why they don't, but all it is it's Workplace. It's Facebook, but you have to have an EXP Realty email address. There's a mobile app, just like, so Facebook app, Facebook Messenger. There is Workplace and Workplace Chat. You can message anybody in the company through there. You can join any groups you want. So, for example, I could go in and you have your state group, right? So you could go in your state group and say, hey, I'm writing up a contract. I'm not sure what contingency I would need for this situation. And you have comments. You have comments from top producers, from middle producers, from low producers, from contract Nazis, from, you know, all kinds of different types of people. To me, that has been so much more valuable than when I was at my local Remax office. I would go in, you know, you go to the top agent, they're killing it, and they're helpful. She was a nice lady, you know, but they're giving you a piece of the pie. First of all, you're their competition. You're their direct competition right in their market. Secondly, you have no financial alignment with those people at all. Even if you don't join under somebody at EXP, like let's say you joined under John Brown at EXP and you're at EXP and I'm at EXP, I still want you to succeed because I own stock in the company. So because of that mindset where we all want to uplift each other, we all want the company to do good, there is people that I laughed when I joined here. People poured out their trade secrets. I was a different person when I joined. I would go to my wife. I'm like, listen to this. They're like pouring out their business model, like what they do, how much money they spend, like what they pay in tax. It was unreal. So my point is as an agent, you can go in there and basically crowdsource. You can search up like a FISBO group, like maybe you want to work for sale by owners. There's a FISBO scripts and objections. Over 3,500 agents in there talking about what scripts are working, what objections they're getting. And you don't know what you don't know. So going in these groups, learning from agents like myself or even bigger to get those things that you don't know that early on and for them to share them like that, it's unbeatable in my opinion. But you do have to be able to somewhat work in a mobile environment. You know what I mean? But it's plug and play. It's Netflix versus Blockbuster. You know what I mean? Not that Blockbuster didn't work, but you know, you can go into the Remax office, like I said, and that might be for some people. But the fact that I think it's way more powerful to jump on this app and hear from all over the country, people that aren't in competition with me and people that want to share with me. You know what I mean? It's unreal.
Exactly. So that was one of the biggest questions, because like I'm just thinking, okay, I'm not familiar with games, so like it's just good to know that you could be able to connect with people and, you know, even find people that's in Atlanta. And, you know, I'm not sure, but maybe possibly people even meet up that are in EXP, you know, in each state from time to time, you know. So,
They
you
do.
know,
Yeah. So they'll have a mentor program too. Like almost any major company you join will have a mentor program. EXP, so it's an 80-20 split. I'm sure you've seen by now, and it's $16,000 cap. Your first 3 deals, though, you would have 20% additional off. 10% goes to EXP, 10% goes to whatever mentor locally that they assign you.
Yeah.
So that's your local mentor to shadow, go over contracts, all that stuff. So you will get that in-person stuff too. Yeah, I mean, there's just not that office is replaced with the virtual game. And I mean, you can use it or not use it. It's up to you. There's a lot of agents here that just don't use it. Like, I think it's fantastic. I think it's awesome. I think it works. I've had a scenario where I've walked in, people were talking about how they had their LLCs and how they were set up as S corps, and my accountant would never explain to me if I should or shouldn't be in an S corp. Long story short, I listened to them and realized I should be an S corp. Got a new accountant.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, because
I've
looked at it.
I walked in one time, and there was some girl from Arizona walking around, and she started doing a little dance, and it's whatever. And I did it back, and we realized her sister was selling her house in Pittsburgh, the $300,000 house. I got the listing as a referral, paid a referral, but I mean, that added a whole new layer for me for the office. When do you get to walk into your office?
Exactly.
Not just gain knowledge, but gain a referral. Yeah, normally it's your competition, right? You know, so it was different, but yeah, it's just a different way. It's the new way.
Okay. So another question that I had for you is, so
I'm losing.
do you recommend this to a new agent?
It's breaking up.
Hello?
Hear you.
Can you hear me?
I think I got you now. Yep, I got you now.
You got me now? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So another thing is, I look on your page, and a lot of times I see that you're selling houses in Pittsburgh, or it'll be in Florida or everywhere, and I'm just so confused. I'm just looking at it, and it's something I've never seen. And I'm just wanting to ask you, how does that work? Like, so EXP, I know it's virtual. You can connect with people that are in different states, obviously, but how do you do those deals while being in Florida?
Yeah, I mean, that's a team. That's it wasn't an EXP. With you know